Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Fast Action Racing by Downey Games. We're going to be continuing on our um, short track legends replay, race three. But first, I kind of pumped up. I've got my 86 season put into Vassal now. So there are a ton of drivers, 100 and some of them, I believe it is. So if I go over here, you can kind of get the idea. There's all these guys, and yes, they put every driver that raced even one race in here. So that's ready to go for what I've done. I really want to get the season done now. And of course, all the racetracks. So we have some good side. This is back when Riverside was still being used. I loved Riverside when I was in the Marines. We'd stop by Riverside Racetrack on our way up to 29 Palms, and so I got to see that racetrack a few times, and sometimes I even saw people out there practicing on it. Really cool raceway. So that being said, um, a lot of cool racetracks in here, and of course they're all numbered by their individual races. So if I were to choose number one, Daytona, of course, is the first one in the modern era. I think it dates back to God knows when. I don't follow racing as much as I could, but I do like it, especially to watch the dirt track races. So anyway, we're getting ready to start playing this one out as soon as we're done the other one, and I'm all excited about that. So I figured I'd pop that in here real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Then I got to go back over here. Get rid of that. We got to go back over here. Fast action. Got to get that one disabled because I don't want to have them in the same stack, and we'll activate that one. And seasons are switched. Now we get into our race number three. Oh boy. You know what? Let me put a password in there. Just so. And short track legends. And I don't think I saved my race two, but maybe I did. Gotta double check that before I get rid of that. Oh, I already did. Before I get rid of that race two. Fast action, fast action, fast action. Short track legends. FAR games. Race two. Yeah, I don't know what I did with race one. Oh, score sheet one. There we go. Put that over with games. All right. So we'll go over my real quick the standings. Got Ned Jarrett now with one win on top of the points with 76. Richie Evans right behind with 74. Rex White with 73. And Mike Stefanik within striking distance at 61. They're all going to be real close for a little while. So that's our current standings. We're going to go ahead and we are ready for race three. I have my box scores all put up over here. I actually didn't put what racetrack they were at, so maybe I need to put that in there somewhere. I'll get a little more tight on this one. I'm playing a complete season, not just a demo season. But anyway, we're going to Salem next, race number three. So we're going to go ahead and go to our short track legends. So we're going to go ahead and put Salem in here. And let's go ahead and get our tracks, or no, our schedule. I was in the right one, our schedule. That's still in March. Race number three, March. All right. Get my rules up. Do the step by step because I never trust myself with rules. And we're going to set up the race. First and foremost, I know this. We need Salem. Okay, that's race number three in March. So we're going to make that our active track. Go into the drivers, and every one of these guys races every race. So we're sending that whole stack to the pre-race race schedule. We're done with that for the time being. Go ahead and zoom this out. And we're going to go ahead and put our drivers in all the slots from 11 to 266. This is the lucky part of it. Well, they wind up in the right one where when they draw the pole, they'll be in the mix. But the way things are randomized in here, you really can be anywhere on this grid and win. It's a really interesting concept. Once you start playing around with it, you're like, man, that's pretty decent the way they have it set up. So I don't know. For racing, I like this setup. I have some of the other ones. I have not not Dice Racing. Dave Toppins puts it out. Toppins. I can't. Sorry, Dave. Put your in your name if you ever see this. Um, Dialed in. I like that one. That's more of a you're rolling this. They get points to accumulate as they go along, and the higher points is the winner. And that's a good race too. Maybe one day I'll do a video on them also. That's a good concept too. More detailed. You're going to get more accidents and stuff in that. You're going to have a lot more to show for it. In this game, you will not have all the accidents show that really would happen in a race in, say, the 70s, back when they crashed a lot. That game, you'll have them. Over half your field's going to be sitting in the scrap bit bunch most of the time. So we got those guys out. Now we're just going to go out and start looking at the pole. So we got our drivers out. We got our track out. We are going to do the pole position. So we're going to go ahead and roll red and white. 51. We're going to go through and look for 51. Now we can go up and zoom this in because we got not elderly, but aging eyes. You go see the eye doctor Monday. That'll be interesting. I still have good insurance. 51. Yes, 51. There's 52 to 53. 51 will be in here somewhere. There we go. Rich Vogler is going to win the poll. So we're going to go ahead and put Rich Vogler in there. And I am going to give him a poll win too. I haven't gotten this in there, but it would be a simple macro just to put this in there where it automatically assigns polls based on their position here. That would not be hard for me to do. You see Vogler's not even in the top 20 right now. See how that changes in this race. So we've got our pole guy. Let's put him in our fast action score sheet. Rich Vogler. Yeah, go ahead and copy that right now just in case. And the speed, then we're going to go ahead and get his speed. Base pole speed in Salem is going to be 108. And we're going to be adding Vogler's speed to that. And that's going to be 3.58. So that's going to be a 111.508. 111.508. 508? Ah, boy, we're getting dense. Yes, so 111.508. All right, time to get racing. So we're going to have our first challenge of the day. Vogler is a 7. He goes up to an 8 for the first challenge. And we're going to roll the red and white, get 14. Go work over this side this time. That's Greg Sachs going to make the first challenge of the day. The difference, 8 and an 8 is 0. Straight up chance. think that's 7 to 12 if I'm not mistaken, but we'll look at the chart so we're not going by my memory. 0 is a 7 to 12. Yes, it is. We're going to roll a 5. He does not take him over, and Vogler is going to have the first race. My first lead. It'll be a failed. Vogler gets our first laps led over here. It's good to have that coming out of the top end because that's 0.1 rather. Because if you can make it through the mechanical, this is where you're going to start. Whoever comes out right here is going to rack them up right here if they have a good rating. Vogler doesn't have the greatest of ratings. So now we're going to go into the mechanical. Where the mechanical checks are on all the cars are going to take place. And we're going to go ahead and roll the red, white dice to get the random driver and the 4 adjacent. We're looking at 21. 21 is going to be Ned Jarrett. Benny Parsons. Rich Bickle. AJ Foyt. And the last one will be Tony Stewart. And we are going straight up against their red ratings. This is just for mechanical breakdowns. And so first we have Ned Jarrett. Ned Jarrett is a red 8. And he rolls a 7. That's going to be fine. He's going to be passed. That's a passed. Benny Parsons. Benny Parsons is an 11. Really good, mechanically sound car and crew. Oops. That's going to be a 4. He's going to pass. I think even with this game, I have to play the 70s, but I think even with this game, between your mechanical failures here, they're going to have really sucky mechanical failure ratings in 70s. You'll have 5 of them. You could have a possible another one right here. You could have pit crew problems getting them lapped, and you can have up to 10 crashes. And these will probably be higher here. So your chances of having 15 cars out of the race retired, but that's a good possibility in this game. So I'm not going to discount the realism of it. Not the realism, the in depth, because a lot of this is abstracting too. But Bickle. Bickle is next. Keep this up where we can see it. Bickle is a 8. Oh, crap. I am going through and forgetting already. We have a mechanical rating. The rates are going to go down by 1. He's going to be a 7. That's going to make a difference. That's no longer a pass for Jarrett. That is going to be equal. So he's going to be lapped. And that is a red lapped. Glad I thought. I don't know. Sometimes I forget things. I don't like it. But what can you do? At least we caught it before it's too far out of whack. He gets a red lapped. Benny Parsons, his is going down to 10. That's not going to affect it because he rolled a 4. So now we've got Bickle. Bickle is an 8, goes down to a 7. And we roll a 5. So he's going to be fine too. AJ Foyt. AJ Foyt is an 8, goes down to a 7. We roll a 6. He passes. And we go to Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart is a 10, goes down to a 9. He rolls an 11. Ouch. That's going to hurt. It's higher than the driver's. He is affected by a major problem and is forced to retire from the race. Now we're going to get the retirement down here. Mechanical retirement. We're rolling 9. Nine's going to be wheel bearings. Enter outcome DNF. And he had some bearings freeze up on him. And the race leader, when all that is said and done, is still Vogler. He gets a 1.5. And we go over here. 36 is going to be Tony Stewart, 20. DNF outcome. I've got to do that over here in the right location. All right, DNF bearings. So we got our first casualty of the race so far. Tony Stewart's gone out. And where is he in our current standings? 6th. He's not going to be there for too long. All right, next challenge. Rolling for a 11. Tony Stewart, he cannot challenge. He's out of the race. We're going to re-roll that one, I believe. Remember to put him out of the race. That's where I was messing up last time. I kept forgetting to draw guys out of there. I get messy sometimes. Challenges. If guys out of the race. Making sure that okay, somebody's not on the lead lap is selected by the dice roll, re-roll, and find another driver. That's all I needed to make sure of. 61. 61 is going to be our challenger. 61 is Richie Evans. Richie Evans is a 9, challenging 7, I believe. Vogler, 7. I can find Vogler again. I lost him. There he is right there, 7, yes. So Evans, 9, going after a 7. That's a +2. That's going to be a 5 to 12. Chance we're going to have a race leader change here. And he rolls an 8. There is a race leader change. Evans is going to take over. And he's going to get 0.1. And Evans is going to be the one to go into the green with the best shot at getting some points here. Second race leader change. 1. And we go into the green lap challenges now. We're going to go ahead then and roll a red and white die again and do the randomly selected driver and the 5 adjacent to them. And they're the ones that are going to challenge for the lead. The 45 is going to be Herb Thomas. If I can spell it right this time. There we go. Brett Bodine. Iggy Katona. And we got Gary Sangamont. and Steve Kinzer. And we are comparing green ratings to the leader. The leader is Richie Evans with a 9. Yep, 9. So we're going to start with Herb Thomas and a 10. That's going to be a +1. All right, that's going to give us a check of +1 is a 6 to 12. He's getting challenged by a good driver. 6 to 12. 12 definitely has given up the lead. That's going to be passed again. We have a new race leader, Herb Thomas. He's going to be a hard one to unseat. Come on, Greg. Seriously, get in a hurry sometimes and forget to do things. There we go. Try to keep everybody's attention. Probably my worst trait is my pushing it to keep people's attention. Herb Thomas gets a 2. He is now the new most laps led leader. Brett Bodine's going to challenge him. Herb Thomas is a 10. Brett Bodine is a 7. That's going to be a -3 challenge. Not a very good challenge, but a challenge nonetheless. And you know we can roll 12s. So -3 is going to be at 10 to 12. And we roll and it's 4. That's going to be a failure. All right. So Thomas is going to be continue to be our lead. Oh, come on. I'm doing it again. Control V before you do that. There we go. Continue to be our race leader. He gets 2 more over here. Takes him up to 4. Next challenger, Iggy Katona. Iggy Katona is a 9, challenging 10. Going to be a -1. He is at 8 to 12. Oh boy. I'll keep the slash in there. It doesn't matter. 8 to 12. He rolls a 6. Does not challenge or does not pass him. We have failure, and Herb Thomas remains our race leader, gets another 2. Goes up to 6. Oh, come on, Greg, seriously? There we go. And then we have Gary St. Amant challenging a 10. St. Amant is at 8. That's a -2. -2 takes us to a 9 and 12. 9 and 12, we roll a 9. We have a new race leader, a white horse, so to speak, or long shot. Gary St. Amant taking over. Can he hold it? 4th lead change. And that is 2. All right. He's going to be holding off Steve Kinzer's attack. All right, Kinzer's a 7, attacking an 8. He just made it easier on Kinzer to attack him. -1. It's going to be an 8 to 12. Kinzer rolls a 10. We got a new race leader. Wow. There you have it. Lots of changing on the long green flag stretch of race in there. Have a new race leader, Steve Kinzer. Oh boy. I don't know. It's why I can't aim anymore. All right, 2. 5th lead change. Now we go into the pit crew on green. Pit crew's on green. We're going to go ahead and roll. We're rolling the red and white dice. We're going to select the 5 drivers to challenge the race leader, and these will be comparing to the blue rating of the race leader. So these guys are going to be 26. 26 is up top there, AJ Foyt. Ned Jarrett. Tom Pistone. Bill Venturini. And Jimmy Spencer. All right, and they're going to be challenging Steve Kinzer. Kinzer is a blue 7. And we're facing AJ Foyt first with his 10. That's going to be a +3. AJ Foyt's got a good pick crew here. +3 is going to be a 4-12 chance to take it over in the pits. He rolls a 7. AJ Foyt will be the new race leader. And we get to 0.5. I don't know why I keep putting this off to the side over here. Because I'm a mess. We know that by now. 6th race lead change. Boy, Greg, seriously. All right, now we go to Ned Jarrett, and Foyt is the new to beat. Foyt is a 10. Ned Jarrett is a 10. So we got a 0. A tough challenge right here. And that's going to be a 7-12. Yep, 7-12. And we roll a 10. New race leader again. Ned Jarrett comes in and steals the show. All right, Ned Jarrett gets 0.5. First time he's led. And we're going to have Pistone against his 10. Pistone is a 9. 9 going against 10 is a -1. And that's going to be an 8-12. We're going to roll a 7. That's going to be a failure. And Ned Jarrett's going to be the race leader still for another 1. Nobody's really dominated. Thomas had 6, but that can be beaten yet. Bill Venturini against Jarrett. 7. He's gone after Jarrett's 10. That's a -3. A -3 is a long shot, but we've seen long shots already. 10-12. We roll a 6. Day late and $1 short. That's a failed. And Ned Jarrett continues to be the race leader. Puts another 0.5 on there. 1.5. And we now go to Spencer against Jarrett's 10. Spencer is a 10. Right there. That's going to be a 0 challenge. Tough challenge. 7-12. We roll a 10. New race leader. 10. Getting ahead of myself here. Getting way ahead of myself here. 10. There we go. Passed, and Spencer is our new race leader. Jimmy Spencer. All right, he's going to have to withstand the penalty phase. So the penalty phase is not challenging. These are just guys to see if they get lapped or not. So we're going to just draw a random. And we are checking for the random driver in the 4 round of 21. 21, we're looking at Ned Jarrett again. Getting checked a lot. Yeah, he did get passed in the pit, so maybe he got a penalty coming out trying to make up for that lost time. Benny Parsons is going to be the next one. Rich Bickle. All right. I think we just do another random one if said like we've got him out. So we're just going to do another random one, I believe. AJ Foyt gets checked up here. He's been getting checked a lot this race. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't type well. We know that. 16. 16 is going to be Jimmy Spencer, our race leader. Race leader can get checked, I think. I'm going to check him. He gets left. One of these guys will take over. All right. Ned Jarrett. Ned Jarrett is a 10. Yes, we're checking the blue pit. He rolls a 3. He passed. Benny Parsons. Benny Parsons is a 7. We roll a 10. He fails. They get a left. Yep, green left for Parsons. All right, and then we got Rich Bickle. Bickle is a 10. He rolls a 5. He passes. AJ Foyt. AJ Foyt is a 10. He rolls a 10. If it's equal to or less, there's no violations. So this is one of the few where equal to does not hurt. He passed. And Jimmy Spencer. Spencer is also a 10. And he rolls an 8. He passed. So he remained the leader. Did not have a problem coming out of the pits. And he gets a 0.5 for that. It's up to 1. He's going to have to withstand a challenge from 1-1 again. Not 1-1 we don't have. We're going to re-roll again. 1-3. Dick Trickle going to challenge for the lead. Dick Trickle is a 7, challenging Jimmy Spencer's 9. It's a -2. -2 is a 9-12. We roll a 5. He does not do it. He fails his challenge. Not up to the task. Spencer is going to continue to be our leader for the time being, and he has another 1 on there. Now up to 2. All right, that's going to bring up another challenge. This challenge is coming from 55, other side of the board, Iggy Katona. Iggy Katona is trying to challenge for the lead now. Iggy Katona is a 9, challenging Jimmy Spencer's 9. That's going to be a harsh challenge, 0-7-12. This is a real threat to his lead here. Iggy Katona, 7, and that is in the range. New race leader as Iggy Katona challenges and takes over. Oh, come on, Greg, undo that. Control C. And that's a past. Iggy Katona takes over, and we are into the tail waning moments of the race too. We got to get through contact yet, but we're in the waning minutes. That's a 1, I believe that was. All the 2s are up there in the other section, so. Yep, 1. All right, contact. Now we're going to be going to check the possibility of a wreck. Red and white dice. That's going to be 36. That's going to be Tom Pistone. Followed by Rich Pickle. Brett Bodine. Steve Kinzer. And AJ Foyt. Alrighty, we are checking against their contact rating, and there is a no change for their ratings. So we're going to go ahead and just straight up checking them. 11 for Pistone. He doesn't wreck much. He rolls at 8. He's fine. All right, Rich Bickle. Bickle is an 11. He doesn't crash much. He rolls an 8. He passed. Brett Bodine. He is a 9. He rolls a 5. He passed. No contact so far. Steve Kinzer. He is an 11. He rolls a 10. Barely passed. Almost got pinched in the corner, maybe. And then AJ Foyt. AJ Foyt is a 7. He rolls a 5. He passed. No contact. And that means Katona is going to Katone. I'm going to change it. That's going to bother me if I don't. All right, and he retains the lead, goes up to 1.5. Oh, come on, Greg. I don't know why I keep doing that. 1.5. Pit crew. Pit stops under caution. Or pit stops again. This time we're doing race leader and adjacent cars plus 1. So everybody around Katona. Now we go find Iggy Katona. 55, if I remember right. Yes. And we're going to have Frank Kimmel. Rusty Wallace. And these guys will all challenge to see if they take the pits away from him. But the final guy, it will be the one that takes the lead. Butch Miller. Herb Thomas. And a random. Oh boy, there I am with my tomes again. And the random is going to be 63. Rusty Wallace is already in there. 62. No, it wasn't Rusty Wallace. 63 was Junior Johnson. I'll stick with Junior Johnson. All right, so we're going to be testing Katona. Katona is a 9 rather. Frank Kimmel. Frank Kimmel is a 7, so that's going to be a -2 challenge. That range is 9 to 12. We get a 10. That's a he's passed right now. So Kimmel is going to take it from. I'm going to have to go ahead and change this to a capital because that's going to drive me nuts. And so now they're going to have to challenge Kimmel. Kimmel is a 7. Wallace is going to challenge with a 10. That's going to be a +3. Rusty Wallace is +3 is a 4 to 12. Wallace rolls a 7. That is going to be a new race leader. Well, not yet. We don't know that, but he rolled a 7. That's going to be passed. So now they're going to be challenging Rusty Wallace in his mean 10. So next is Butch Miller with a 7. That's a -3 now. That's going to be a 10 to 12 challenge. We roll a 12. Look at that crap, will you? Holy crap, holy. He passed. Oh, so far the pits have been a shuffle. Herb Thomas is going to challenge. He is an 8. Butch Miller is a 7. There's going to be a +1 challenge. And that's going to be a +1 is a 6 to 12. And he rolls a 6. That's a new race leader. So we're challenging against his 8 now. Herb Thomas. We don't not a new race leader. The final guy that wins this, the final challenger. It's going to be between Herb Thomas and Junior Johnson now. Herb Thomas is an 8. Junior Johnson is an 8. That's going to be a 0 challenge. 50-50 chance of one of these guys coming out as the race leader. 7 to 12 will be Junior Johnson. Otherwise, it's Herb Thompson. And it's a 5. So Herb Thomas is going to Herb Thomas is going to hold on for a race lead now. He's going to get a 0.5. And he's already been a race leader once, so 6.5 as he takes the lead back over in the pits during cautions. Now we have the pit challenge on Herb Thomas coming from 51. 51 is going to be Mike Stefanik. First time he's been checked for anything this race. Stefanik is a 10. He's going to be challenging Herb Thomas's 10. It'll be a straight up 0 challenge, 7 to 12, 50-50. Can Herb Thomas hold off a challenge from Mike Stefanik? 6. Yes, he can. Herb Thomas remains the race leader. Picks up another 1. He is definitely getting the most lead point. Mech now. Now we're at the end of the race. Mech, we look up here. We see there's an 8 to 12 last highlight event table. We'll put the 8 to 12 in here. We roll the dice. At 11, we are going to have a mechanical check on Herb Thomas. And mechanical is -1 on this track. Herb Thomas is a 7. Goes down to a 6. That is going to be tough to beat. He rolls a 5. He passes it. Herb Thomas remains in the lead. Another 0.5 that comes into him now. That's going to be a 8 total for him. Challenge comes from, this is closing laps action. We're done. This I got to make sure I do these right. So the closing laps challenges is the highest race rated out of the selected and adjacent drivers. That's what I thought. Closing laps. So that's a little bit different than the other challenges. 21. 21 is going to go against Ned Jarrett, or he's a 10. Benny Parsons, no. Benny Bickle, no. it's going to be Jarrett. Jarrett's the highest. You can't get higher than 10. That's going to be Ned Jarrett making another challenge late in the race. He was the leader at one point. Yes, he was for a while. He is a 10, challenging Herb Thomas. Herb Thomas is also a 10, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, another 50-50. 7-12. Can Ned Jarrett take over the race lead late in the race here? 6. No, he does not. Herb Thomas, that's a field. Holds off another challenger. Keep the race lead. Is up to 9 now. So now we're going into the contact. Do we have contact in the last? That's going to be a 7-12. 50-50 chance of contact. We got an 8. Yes, we're going to have to roll for contact, which means we will also be using this pit crew and not this one. So we're definitely going to have pit stops in the final end of the race here. And I'm forgetting about the lucky dog. I don't care. End of the race, closing laps. We are only affect the race leader and adjacent cars in one random. So we've got race leader, adjacent cars, 5, and a random. So yes, we go put Herb Thomas in here. Brett Bodine. Ega Katona. Gary St. Amant. Steve Kinzer. And one random. 44 rather. Gary St. Amant already is. 65. Rusty Wallace. All right, we're checking everybody's contact here. All right, so the only way he's going to lose the lead is if he fails his check here. So Thomas is an 11. There is nothing, no change on contact, so he stays an 11. He rolls a 7. He's fine. And know he's going to maintain the lead. Brett Bodine. He is a 9. 8. He passes. We have not had an accident yet in this race. Katona. Katona is an 8. We roll an 11. Knock on wood. It's too late now, right? He fails. He receives a yellow lapped, and it will be listed as DNF. So yellow lapped. Doesn't say take him off though. We listed as DNF. You won't really receive a lap because this is the closing laps. So he's got enough contact. He's gonna be able to coast over the line, but he's not going to DNF. That's kind of a weird one for me. I'm going to go ahead and just move him up there and make him my 35, 35, 30, 30, 30. Iggy Katona. Yep, that was Katona that went down. And we got to find out why he retired. Actually, this is we don't check uh, DNF DNF wreck or contact. All right, and then we go to Gary Saint Amant. He is an 11. He rolls a 4. He's safe. And Steve Kinzer. Kinzer is an 11 also. Lots of 11s. Well, these are legends. So 6. He passes. And then Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace is an 8. A rolls a 4. He passes. So the only one that goes out is Katona. Herb Thomas then will maintain their lead. He didn't have a problem. That's a 0.5 for him. Takes him up to 9.5. And now we've got to go into the pit stops. They automatically trigger. And pit stops under and pit stops are adjacent cars to the race leader plus one random. And we're going to be challenging his rating. So Thomas is the race leader, so it's going to be Brett Bodine. I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste these because a lot of them is going to be the same. Except we lost. We're looking for the highest rating, highest race rating adjacent to Katona. So that would be 888. That's going to be Kimmel. All right, and then we're going to go to Thomas down below, Gary St. Amant. And Steve Kinzer. And then one random. 44. Gary St. Amant's already been rolled, so we'll roll another 36. Tom Pistone. All right, and Herb Thomas. He is rated 8. Brett Bodine, rated 6. That's a -2. A -2 challenge is going to be a 9 to 12. He rolls a 6. That's going to be a failure. And that's going to bring up Frank Kimmel. Herb Thomas is an 8. Kimmel is a 7. That's going to be a -1 challenge. That's going to be an 8 to 12. Oh boy. And we roll a 7. He fails his challenge. Gary St. Amant against an 8. He is an 8. That's going to be a 0 challenge. It's going to be 7 to 12. He rolls a 2. Snake Eyes does not get it. Wow. That was probably the best challenge that's going to be fronted on him. 7 against an 8 is a -1. Kinzer, an 8 to 12. Kinzer rolls a 6. Fails. And then we got Tom Stone over here with a 9. Oh, this is going to be the best challenge he's got to face. That's a +1 challenge. That's a pretty good challenge. It's going to be a 6 to 12. Tempest Stone steal it in the pits. Dice roll, drum roll, 6. He does, barely, by the skin of his teeth. Pistone is going to become our new race leader. He's not going to have the lap's lead point, but he doesn't care if he gets that checkered flag. That's for darn sure. Pistone has not won any yet, so he is going to be a new race leader with a .5. Lots of lead changes again. And we got a challenge coming. Pistone is a 9 challenge. He's going to be facing. This is the final challenge. Yes, one of the final challenges. So we're going to 25, and we're going to be getting the best rating off of all of them. That's Bill Venturi's 8. AJ Foyt takes over at 9. Kinzer 7. Nope. Bob Dotter 10. Dotter's 10 is going to be the winner, so it's going to be Bob Dotter challenging for the lead with a 10. Late in the race, challenge from Dotter, 10. Going up against Pistone, 9. That's a +1 challenge. Karma's a mother, isn't it? It's a 6-12 challenge on him to keep the lead. He took it on a 6-12. Can he get it? 5. No, he holds off the challenger. Dotter comes up short on his challenge. Pistone's going to be the race leader still with a 1.5 now. And that's going to be, we don't check these pit crews because we already had pits under caution. Green. We have green flag racing for the rest of the race. 6-12. And we roll a 5. No, we do not. We're not going to be checking that one. So the final challenge then represents action taking place in the final lap. Challenge is made to the race leader by the adjacent driver not lapped with the highest race rating. So we're going now and looking at Pistone. He's going to be checking Bickle 8, Bodine 7, Kinzer 7, and AJ Foyt 9. AJ Foyt's going to challenge for the lead on the last lap. And I don't have an AJ Foyt for a while, have I? Control C. He's going to be the challenger for the lead. Last lap of the race. AJ Foyt is a 9 challenging Pistone, who is a 9. It's going to be a straight up 0 challenge, 7-12. Big dice roll, 50-50 chance on a new race leader, and the winner is boom 3. Foyt does not take over. Pistone's going to be the race winner. I'll be right back, guys. All right. Tom Pistone withstood the challenge from AJ Foyt, so that's going to make Pistone our leader, our winner. Excuse me. So let me get out my results here. Race winner is Pistone. And Pistone is number 59. So let's place race leader and then turn him to the deck. 59. All right. Second place is the driver who lost the challenge. It's AJ Foyt. He is 14. Return him to deck. Any driver eligible to contest the last challenge but not selected, ranked in order of race rating with ties broken by priority roll. So the eligible guys were Bickle 8, Bodine, and Kinzer. So it's going to be Bickle 45, Bodine 12, and Kinzer 11. All right, next, drivers adjacent to the race winner, not lapped and ranked in order of race ratings. This is where these guys would have been, and then this guy would have been had they challenge made it, but it didn't. So it's just the same guys. That step basically doesn't need to happen. Drivers on the same groove as the race winner. We are on the outside groove. So we're going to check all that and not, and then we got to go to the top and bottom. So we go around and we start looking for the highest ratings of guys not left. We're just checking the bottom, not the top and the middle. We got an 8 so far. We got a 10 right there. So it's going to be Rex White. Nobody higher than 10, I'm sure of it. So we got Rex White. I'm going to put this off screen and we're just going to enter the numbers in. Rex White is a 4. He goes next. Then we come down here to Stefanik, 16. Comes in 7th. He's lapped Jarrett, so he's not getting anything. And no more 10s, so we come over here, start all over again, and we're looking for 9s now. Junior Johnson, 27, who's not lapped. Come on, seriously? I hate it when I do stupid stuff. Johnson. Return to deck. 9, 61 Evans. Donnie Schatz, 15, comes in 10th. Jimmy Spencer, 23, comes in 11th. Now we're coming around looking for 8s. Frank Kimmel, 46. Rusty Wallace, 2, 13th. Sammy Swindle, 14th. Greg Sachs, 5, comes in at 15th. Now we're going on to 7s. Jeff Gordon, 24. Rich Vogler, 55. Dick Trickle, 99, comes in 18th. And Shorty Henshaw. And he comes in 19th. All right, now the remaining grooves going clockwise using priority rules. So we're going to be coming down from here and we're starting right here. And we're looking at 10s. And we're going to do this one and then this one. So it's going to be Thomas, 92, 20th. Bob Dotter, 67, 21st. And one thing I can guarantee you, if you play a regular season, you will not have many not as many lead changes as I'm having in this one because these are legends, so they all have pretty similar ratings. You get some really bad ratings in the other one. You'll have a lot of lap drivers, stuff like that going on. So now we're on 9s. Dave Dayton, 87, 22nd. Pancho Carter, 8, 23rd. Benny Parsons is lapped. Now we go to the 8s. Oh, no, inside. We have a 9 there. Mike Eddy, 88. Return to deck. Now we come back up here looking for 8s. Outside, we got Kenny Schrader, 25A. I put that A in there so it would work on my Excel better. Um, Mark Martin, 6th, 26th. Wow, Mark Martin had a bad race. Bill Venturini, 25. Gary St. Amant, 7. Had the unluck of being 2 grooves away from the leader, so not a good race for him either. And now we go to the 7s, starting here at Butch Miller, 52. Tom Steele, 85. Benny Parsons was lapped. We got Hutcherson. No, actually, we're starting. Yeah, Hutcherson. Starting 6 o'clock position below the race leader. And then we work our way around clockwise. 29 for Hutcherson. And Roger Ruggiero, 44. And now we got the last guys. If any drivers not left on the board, ranked in race order. Single green drivers on same groove as race winner. None. Double green and same procedures and styles. Green markers, no. And then single green drivers off the board. So that's going to be Parsons. And that makes Ned Jarrett easy enough as the 34th position at 11A. All right, there we have it. There is our final for this race. And I will go ahead and do a lot of this offline later. Oh boy, I hate it when that happens. Wish they'd just leave Windows alone sometimes. Lead changes. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 lead changes. Along 10 drivers. And most laps led is car number Herb Thomas. Driver Herb Thomas. Forget his car number. 92. Sneezing. And I forgot to put the CSF and everything down. They're up here on the track card. CLF is 750. 7.5. And CSF is 8.208. All right. And that's going to bring us to. Come on. D49 times cautions. Oh, I put the 92 in the wrong. No wonder that looks funky. Cautions. We got to get that off of the caution sheet. Real cautions were 6. Oh, come on, Greg. I'm seriously messing up now. Actual cautions were 6. We roll a 5. We're going to have 4 cautions. That's going to mean 30 caution laps. Average winner speed is going to be 78.678 after all the caution laps are taken into effect, because they have a pretty damn high caution speed factor. So there you have it. I will go ahead and do the points offline. In the next video I have of this on race 4, you'll be able to see the updated standings. Thanks everybody for joining me. That is Fast Action Racing by Downey Games, race 3 of our Short Track Legends. Thanks for joining me. See you guys all next time.